Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome to the world's radio show, Ham Radio Live. Thank you so much for coming, and thanks for subscribing. It helps people find the channel here on YouTube that just might have an interest, just maybe an interest in joining us right here in Ham Radio. How's that? That's what we want. So please hit that subscribe button. It does help. It doesn't cost you anything. And in exchange, I promise, no commercials for you. How about that? We've got such a huge show today. So much to talk about. You just got to experience it. So I hope you like it. A lot went into it, and I'm so excited to bring it to you. My goodness gracious. Hello to everybody, wherever you are. Happy Tuesday, the 26th day of June, 2021. Welcome to the show. Still on the laptop here. Just a little bit more work to do. Actually, a lot, to be honest, to get everything onto the computer. But so many things got in the way, from family and stuff. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Hang in there, okay? I'd like to please ask you, if you've ever wanted to get into amateur radio, have your own ham radio transceiver, work the world, meet some new friends, see how far your radio can receive or transmit, there are some great places you can go. For example, if you'd like to find out more about how to get into ham radio, contact the American Radio Relay League. Find them online at www.arrl.org. They'll help you out. Also, the Radio Society of Great Britain, wonderful mates down there, and they are so solid, you'll love them. Find them online at www.rsgb.org. Find mates down there, and they're good at what they do. In Australia, the Wireless Institute of Australia is available for you. They're good, and they're ready to help you get into ham radio. Have a question? Maybe you'd like to find a radio club near you? Find them at www.wia.org. Good stuff. Also, we have a Facebook page. Yes, we do. Find us at Ham Radio. That's all one word, Ham Radio Live on Facebook. And if you'd like to help the channel out, you can do it by Patreon. Patreon's a good thing. See, that's how that computer got paid for. Literally, you all paid for that here in the world from 4 continents. Money came in to pay for it. That's why you see a little rock that says grace, because that truly was a measure of grace to get something so special paid for that we couldn't afford to do. We just couldn't. So thank you. If you'd like to hit us up and help us to keep the channel going, to help reach people who would love to get into ham radio and help them do so. That's the most important part, right? You can find us on PayPal. My PayPal address is cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. If you want to help us on Patreon, Patreon's a great way you can help out creators on YouTube and stuff like that. You can find us at Ham Radio Live. Pretty simple stuff. It isn't hard. So just find us in either place. And I guarantee you, we really do appreciate it. What you've done here has been absolutely miraculous. Thank you. Welcome to the show. So excited to have you. First time, Martin is first in the house doing the night shift. Again, Papa Echo 9, Tango India Golf. Martin, first in the house. Holland is in first today. Hello, Bob, my brother, courtesy of WIFI. Knock, knock. Who's at the door? I think it's Gunther in Germany. Welcome, Gunther. Nice to see you, man. Guten Tag to you, my friend. Guten Tag. All right, we've got some good stuff for you today, and I'm excited to share it with you. Some folks maybe don't realize that the Amateur Auxiliary, at least here in the U.S., are listening. And they're paying attention. And they do have a lot of power that they can kind of catch people doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. And they could pay a little price. They really can. Let's talk about a little bit about this, all right? This is brand new. This is new information that came through from the ARRL. Pretty cool stuff about things that happened to folks in amateur radio. And these are things that people got penalized for. And mainly because they simply were not following the rules. That's it. Rules that we all have to follow. But for some reason, I guess, they just felt that, the rules didn't apply to them. So I want to make sure you understand this really clearly. These rules do apply to all of us. And there are people listening at times you may not think that they are. So please make sure you're doing the right thing. If you're going to be on the air, You know, if by now, if you're licensed, you know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. For example, all right, let's talk about, things that we know. International space stations, cross banding, we know about that, right? Well, let's take a look at a few things that happened to some people that it's unfortunate. It really is terribly unfortunate when you have to pay a penalty for something you did that you just got caught at doing. And I think that's probably the thing that's, it's preventable. In our house, we call that stuff self-inflicted wounds, truly, because it's things that you know you shouldn't do for the most part. Sometimes it's accidental, I get it. But then sometimes it's like, what are you thinking? I mean, you know better than this. If you're licensed, you certainly should. So there are some things out there that people are getting in trouble for. And I want you to know that truly these are things that, people are actually getting penalized for. All right, let's get into the list. And I hate to do this because it does point out some people's call signs, but they're the ones who made the mistake, not me. So I want you to know this more than anything because, quite honestly, this concerns you. Because if you're caught doing something like this, you could face a suspension. You could face, a license issue. You could face a fine. There's lots of things that can happen. And we'll go over the list of the May report from the Amateur Auxiliary. Amazing. Amazing to think of this stuff happening and wondering why it happened. I mean, did it really have to happen? Was it preventable or was it self-inflicted? All right. Let's take a look at the beginning of the list. All right. Volunteer Monitor Program is a joint initiative between ARL and the FCC to enhance compliance in the amateur radio service. This is the May 2021 Volunteer Monthly Program Report. Keep in mind, these folks are volunteers. They just volunteer their time and they monitor the bands. Just do the right thing. Stay out of trouble. Check this out. Number one, technician operator in Palm Bay and Hollywood, Florida, received advisory notices after making more than a dozen FT8 contacts on 40 and 20 meters. Technicians can't make digital contacts on 20 or 40. They're not permitted to operate on 20 meters, and they have no data privileges on 40. So that's just completely, anyway, let's just assume they didn't know, all right? A licensee in El Cerrito, California, received an advisory notice concerning use of his 444.7 megahertz repeater for deliberate interference and unidentified transmissions. That's really scary, and that's something that could be very, very serious. You get advisory, the next step is a lot worse than that. A general licensee in Guanica, Puerto Rico, received an advisory notice after operating on 14.187 megahertz during a DX contest in May. Keep in mind, okay, it's 14.225. For generals, you can't use voice below 14.225 on 20 meters, okay? You just, as much as you might want to contest and get involved and try and get a high score, there are rules you have to abide with. And if you want to work on these other frequencies, we've put tons of questions and answers for amateur extra classes. You can look at those and learn the license better. And then certainly if there's a ham club near you, you can find the answers clearly. So they received an advisory notice for working at 14.187 when the bottom line for USB contacts for generals on SSB is 14.225. General class licensee in Texas received a warning concerning deliberate interference, broadcasting, and failure to identify on 3.919 megahertz and 3.922. Again, this goes to the folks that like to do the screwy stuff on 7580. No joke. It's just ridiculous. I'm so grateful that we've got the amateur auxiliary on this. So this guy received a warning for doing the wrong stuff, creating interference, broadcasting, which is completely illegal according to our license, and failure to give his call sign. The operator was informed that if such operation continued, the FCC would be requested to remove voice privileges from his license. I hope he got the message there. A general class licensee in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania received an advisory notice for operation at 7.163. Again, can't go that low. That's an extra class license. Remember, general class licensees are not permitted to operate below 7.175. So that means you cannot transmit below 7.178. We're talking lower sideband, 3 megahertz, 3 kilohertz down. So you've got to be at 7.178 or higher, all right? A general class licensee, repeater station, this is in the middle now, repeater station in Mission Viejo, California, beautiful place, was shut down after the operator received a notice that the repeater was being used for deliberate interference. Seriously, deliberate interference. So it was shut down. They're not going to play with you. If you're going to do stuff like that, you're just going to be out. Finally, a warning was issued to a licensee in Erie, Pennsylvania for operation on 146.61 megs and 146.682 megahertz after the repeater licensee had requested in writing that the individual refrain from using repeaters. Seriously, person still did it anyway. The rules apply to you, okay? The rules apply to you. They don't just apply to some, they apply to everybody, and we all follow the rules. That's what we do in amateur radio. Gosh. Self-inflicted wounds. Please understand, when you're transmitting, the amateur auxiliary could be listening. You don't want to receive one of those pieces of papers. You work too hard to get your license, so please make sure you're doing the right thing. Before we get into the news from the UK, let's quickly say a few hellos and howdy do's because, we got someone new in here. Al Gross, he's a trucker. He drives all over the United States. He says, WB0AL in Fredericksburg, Virginia, 94 degrees. It's cooler than Oregon, but it's still hot. It's so hot, I just saw a dog chasing a cat. And they were both walking. Very good. Very good, Al. It's funny. It cooled down here. We got the southwest wind that came in yesterday. It was great, man. It's so nice to have it cooled down. I think it's in the mid-80s now, and we're so thrilled. In the RSGB, you want to become an RSGB news reader? Hey, this is pretty cool, right? GB2 RS news readers are needed. Volunteers do this. Okay, so volunteer newsreaders are appointed by the GB2 RS manager and are issued with a notice of variation, allowing them to use the GB2 RS call sign. Applications open to any RSGB member who holds a full or immediate license. So you have a full UK license or an intermediate UK license, you can do this. To inquire, please email the email address there, and I'll have that in the description section if this interests you. A wonderful opportunity for you to take part and help the people, not only in the UK, but people who can hear these signals. Just a great opportunity to volunteer. Durham is 13 Colonies bonus station. This is sweet. Love this. Check it out. Durham and District Amateur Radio Society is participating as one of the bonus stations in the 13 Colonies special event. The event began back in 2009 as a way of celebrating American independence with the original 13 states, the 13 colonies in 1776. Now, keep in mind, this is Great Britain doing this. This isn't the U.S. That's what makes this a very special story. Since the UK was a major historical player in the Revolutionary War, GB13COL from England will present an added challenge. The event's going to run from 1300 UTC on the 1st of July through 0400 UTC on the 8th. The primary focus of the event will be the HF bands, including VHF and UHF, for QSOs using SSB, Morse code, FM, and various digital modes. There is also an opportunity to exchange QSO cards with all 13 Colony state stations, plus the bonus station. Visit the 13 Colony special event website for further information. I'll have that in the description section as well. Neato. All right. Next up, a polite reminder now concerning the frequencies used each Sunday by the RSGB. GB2 RS News Service, that's the one that's needing the volunteers, remember? The news is intended for all radio amateurs and listeners, and a clear frequency ensures that it may be heard as widely as possible. The national frequencies on HF are 1990 megahertz, so 1.990, 3643, 3650, 5398.5, and 7127. Some of these frequencies carry a succession of broadcasts from more than one location. On VHF and up, the principal frequencies are more localized broadcasts throughout the day, and they're at 70.425 on 4 meters. Find them on 2 meters at 145.525. And if you're way up on 70 SEMS, 433.525. Find information about this on the RSGB website. Volunteer Monitor Program Report. We talked about this, and please make sure that you're following the rules. Just keep your license safe. Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you, wherever you may be around the world. It's nice to see you. A quick howdy do for a few folks. Robert Varner, feels like 104 degrees here in New Jersey. Man, we just got through with it, and we don't want to give it back to anybody. We wouldn't want anybody to feel that way. William Myers is here from Wisconsin. Kilo 8, Golf, India, Mike. Great to see you. Thank you for being here, William. I had to think for a moment, make sure that it was right, because it's a small screen I'm looking at. So please, hope you understand. All right, let's take a look at this. I told you guys yesterday about this in the forecast. We're going to get to this in a moment. I want to tell you how hot 20 meters is and why you should be working 20 tonight, because it's good. This is really good. A1A, we're sending a lot of radiation now to our ionosphere. Yes, we are. Conditions, SFI was 94, now 91. All right. A is 4. Look at the solar number, 50. Solar at 50 is brilliant. Wow. A index of 4, K is 2, and we've got at least fair to fair conditions from 80 to 10. Sorry, 80 to 15. I'll tell you in the forecast what's really going on. You're going to like this, all right? Also, the MUF map, as many have noticed, is still down throughout the world. They're working on it. They will get it fixed, all right? I'll give you MUF for the U.S. I do have that, okay? Canada, right now, S4 on 40. It says SHE3 on 20. That's my mistake. It's S3, all right? In the U.S., we got a pair of 3s, and we've got S4 in Hawaii and S3 on 20 meters. So 40 meter S4, 20 meter S3. Moving to South America, 40 meter S3 and S2 on 20 out of Rio de Janeiro. Out of Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, 40 meters, S3 and S2 on 20. Nice and quiet down south. In Europe, we've got 3s and finally 1, 2. So 2 3s, S3 on 40, S3 on 20 in the UK. In Germany, out of Stuttgart this morning, S3 on 20, S2, other way around, flip it. It's a mistake. S3 on 40, S2 on 20. All right. No report out of Africa. In Asia, 40 meters S3, 20 meters S2. China, 40 meters S5, 20s and S4. Japan, pair of 3s, S3 on 40, S3 on 20. Australia and South America, again, quietest places on Earth because it's winter there. S3 on 40 meters, 20 is an S2. Move a little bit to the east, and New Zealand is an S3 on 40. It is an S3 on 20. Aurora looks like this from the north. So the Aurora Borealis, it's building up. That's because we've went up to a K2. Here is the current K index. You see it bumped up to a 2. Doesn't take long for things to build up. See, there's the Aurora Australis. So builds up a little bit with a higher K index. Your ham radio and shortwave forecast is absolutely brilliant. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Oh, you're going to love this. Ham daytime bands 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10. Yes. Heard beacons on 10. You can work it, all right? E-skip on 6 and 4 meters, of course, in the UK. Nighttime frequencies 160, 80, 75, 60, 40, 30. 20 is brilliant. It's brilliant. Should last till after midnight local time. If you're into DX, you've got to go on 20 tonight. The SFI's there. The Candex is a little higher than yesterday, but it'll be there, all right? I'll give you an example of last night on 20 meters. 22 frequency, 22 signals going across 20 meters at dark, literally at 10 p.m. You'll love it. Shortwave daytime, we've got 31, 25, 22, 19, and 16 meters. Shortwave nighttime, 120, 90, 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and 19. Keep in mind, the bulk of all of these are going to be on 75, 60, 49, 31, and 19, and they will all be great. Today's trivia question, it's pretty darn good, I think. I really do. I do. I think this trivia question is pretty darn brilliant today. And it just kind of said, wait a minute, I don't want to be a trivia question today. Make me a trivia question today. I'm not going to do it. I'll get up there because I can do it on a faster computer. This is going to really flip you out. How many world time zones are there? Now okay, hold on. Before you just say the normal thing, remember, it may not be as you assume it is. All right. How many world time zones are there? Is there A, 24, B, 26, C, 30, or D, 37? All right. Make it bigger so you can see this better. All right. How many world time zones are there? A, 24, B, 26, C, 30, D, 37. First one in with the right answer. I'll tell you if you're wrong, I'll let you know as well. And right now, North America has got 8. The European continent has 6. And the Caribbean, they're in there with 1. So that's pretty cool, right? Yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's nice to see you. Yep. Trying to get the computer. So excited to get the computer running. And again, looking forward to it because it's going to be just fast, really fast. But just finding the time to do it has been tough. So, all right, let's take a look at your comments real quick before we get into a really neat segment that's going to honor one of the people on the show. And the cool thing is they don't know they're being honored by it. They have no idea. So let's take a look real quick at some quick old comments and say a howdy do to all of you. Mike Oswald is here. Mike, hello, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you on Ham Radio Live. AA7MO. That's a cool call sign. AA7MO. Love it. Mike, welcome. Welcome to the show. That's a cool call sign. I just want to stare at it for a moment. It's really, really good. That's good. Rod Clare is here, all the way from Salem, Oregon. Rod, welcome to the channel. Jim, one of the best CW ops in the entire world. You honor me by coming. I mean that, Jim. Thanks for being here. His call sign, Whiskey 6 Juliet India. Mike, he's here, and we're grateful. So we appreciate everyone that's coming by to say hello today. Thank you for coming. We already have people answering questions here. Before we do to that part, I want to say hello to a good mate, Steve Austin. Hello, Larry, mate. Yep, it's your mate, Steve from Liverpool, England. Good mood tonight because we beat Germany before. My goodness gracious, that must be good. Sorry, Gunter. It's kind of like you got people from Germany here, you got people from UK. Anyway, hi, Steve. Good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah. Gunter says Germany has seen its first tornado since 2014. My goodness, I hope everybody's okay. That could be a really tough thing. All right, let's take a look. We got a lot of folks that are answering this question, and the trivia question today is a little different. It's not what you think it is, right? Let's take a quick look at it, okay? Because it's one of those trivia questions that might throw you a little bit. Let's take a quick look, all right? All right. The question seems simple, but it's not. The question is, how many world time zones are there? Either A, 24, B, 26, C, 30, or D, 37. All right. We've got some people answering. Let's see if we got Gunter with answer C. That's incorrect. Believe it or not, that one's not correct. We've got somebody who did answer it correct. Mike Oswald came up and he says it's answer D. Let's take a look. He is absolutely correct. Answer is 37 time zones. Can you believe that? Seriously, there are actually 37 time zones in the world. And the reason for this is so many time zones are on standard time, daylight time. Some go on 45 minutes after the hour. Some are set at 30. There are actually 37 total time zones around the world. Congratulations. I mean, a big congratulations here to Mike Oswald, first up, that said D. He's right. That means, Mike, I believe you're U.S., right? Are you U.S.? I got help me, man. Help me. Are you U.S. or are you U.K.? I'm not sure where you're at. Currently, U.S. has 8 and, sorry, I keep saying that. North America with 8 and Europe with 6. So it's a close battle right now, the trivia question. So let us know on that, Mike, if you've got, if you're North America or you're Europe, okay? Because that helps us out. Okay. We have a guy who comes to the channel a lot. And he says, and you remember it, you will. All right. He says, antennas, antennas, antennas. Right. His name is Donald Bush. And Donald is one of the nicest guys in the world. You'd love him. You really would. Gunter, by the way, thank you. That's classy. Yep. Good work, Mike, on that. So, Mike, let us know. And by the way, Steve's call sign is Mike 7 Bravo Foxtrot. Is that right? Mike Yankee Fox. Sorry, it's Mike 7 Bravo Yankee Foxtrot. It's great to see you, Steve. Thanks for coming back, man. Yep. All right. Mike is the U.S. Kirkland, Washington. All right. So there's another one. You got North America with 9. Hang in there, Europe. You'll get there. Hang in there, Europe. All right. So one of our folks from the channel that watched, his name is Don. His call sign's Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa Uniform. And I got to ask you a question. One of the most coveted calls for people, at least in North America, folks in Europe, you get it a lot. For you guys, it's like, big deal. For us, it's important. It's good to get it. South Africa, hard to get. Very hard for people in North America to get, especially like Canada, the northern states. It's a tough one. Then when you go west, unless you have a directional, you're really in trouble. Seriously, it's hard. Anyway, how many watts you think it takes to make a call on sideband all the way from, let's say, Northeast United States? Let's say New York, just for fun. New York to South Africa. How many watts? Think about this. It's interesting. By the way, before we go, Glenn Stevenson, continent number 5 is in the house. Glenn, mate, you honor me. You know that. Whenever a VK comes in, I'm always so excited. And I said a UK yesterday when you came. I'm sorry about that, mate. Glenn, thanks for coming in. I hope your dad's okay. I hope you're doing well, too. And keep working on that 101 Delta. That FTDX 101 Delta is a great transceiver. You're going to love it. All right. So it's a coveted call. It's something we all hope for in North America because to reach South Africa is challenging. Wait till you see this. This is going to blow your mind. Here's one of our viewers from the channel, loves QRP. His name's Donald Bush. Call sign Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa Uniform. Check this out.
Okay, we're recording. Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa United on 5 watts. This is ZS1RJQ, Cape Town, South Africa. Take it away, Don.
I thank so much, guys, for coming up and trying to make this fit. It really means a lot to me. ZS1 RJQ with ZS1 Papa Zulu, WA2TCU at QRP 5 watts. Good morning, Peter. Over.
Okay, you take it, Peter, and do the 1 watt thing.
Yeah, okay, QSO. Thanks, Don. Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa United from ZS1 Papa Zulu, Cape Town, South Africa and Company. Right, we're going to turn down power here. Right, we're running 100 whiskies, Don. We're slowly turning down. 85 whiskies, we're turning down. 50 whiskies, we're turning down. 30 whiskies, we're turning down. 25 whiskies, we're turning down. 20 whiskies, 15, 10, 5 and 5 whiskies. 5 whiskies. Are you copying me on 5 whiskies, Don? Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa United, ZS1 Zulu and Company.
Roger, copy you on 5 watts. You're 5 and 4, 54, 5 and 4 and 5 watts. Over.
Okay, QSL, I'm turning down. Right, we're running one whiskey. ZS1 RJQ, this is ZS1 Papa Zulu with Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa United QRP stateside, running 1 watt. Are you copying, Don?
Roger, copy the 1 watt. ZS1 Papa Zulu is 1 watt. QSO, ZS1 Papa Zulu, ZS1 RJQ. I'm turning my power down. There's 5 watts. Hello. There's 4 watts. 1, 2, 3, 4 watts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. There's 3 watts. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 watts. Hello. There's 1, 2 watts. 2. Hello. Over.
Okay, QSL Don, over. Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa United. Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa United, 1 watt. QRP stateside. We got you about a 4x5. Q5 copy this side still, Don. We receive every word that you're saying. You are in the noise, but we can make out every word that you're saying. Whiskey Alpha 2 QRP stateside, 1 watt with ZS1 Papa Zulu and ZS1 RJQ standing by.
QSL the 4x5, 4x4. QSL the 4x5, 4x4. Over to you, Mike.
Yeah, from ZS1 RJQ. Well, I hope the recording comes out and everyone can see this, but I'm copying you, Don. A few crackles in the background there, and hopefully this is going to come out and I can stick it on YouTube and we'll be there for posterity. So, yeah, copying you fine there, Don, on 1 watt. I'm still on 100 watts here, but I can drop it down just out of interest. So let's change it over. Let's go down to, we're down to about 50% power now. We're down to 20% power, and we're down to about 1 watt. About 1 watt, Don, QSL.
Unbelievable. Thank you very, very much, guys. I thought the name might be open. I was AC4 UFC at 0308 on 1437. That's the Mercuro station in Antarctica. I heard a station calling 62, and he came right back to me. I couldn't believe it. Unbelievable, guys. Take it. WATV is up to 5 watts. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Don. Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa United from ZS1 RJQ and ZS1 Papa Zulu, Cape Town, South Africa. Well, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I would never, ever think that we could make contact on 1 watt. Look, I suppose we would have battled to hear you calling CQ on 1 watt, but if we were listening, we probably would have responded to you. And I think last weekend or the previous weekend there was a golf station in the UK, Don, and he was calling us after you were calling, but he was pretty much the same signal strength as you, and he was a mobile station in Brighton, and I picked him up about the same signal strength as you. So there we go. If you did call CQ on 1 watt, we probably would respond to you. Mike, you pick it up. ZS1 RJQ, ZS1 Papa Zulu in the group.
Yeah, Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa Uniform, 5 watts, ZS1 Papa Zulu, ZS1 RJQ, Cape Town, South Africa. Well, we've done it again, Don. Don't know how the opening is working because we're in grey line and you're in nothing. So there you go. We've done it. And congratulations. That antenna of yours, 200 meters V-beam is certainly doing the trick there, Don. I'm going to pass it over to you and then I'm going to stop recording. So Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa United with ZS1 Papa Zulu over to Whiskey Alpha 2 Tango Papa Uniform on 5 watts. Go ahead, Don.
RJQ with good old one people in the group. WAC continues. Yeah, Mike, hopefully this will put to rest a lot of people doubting us, making these contacts. But yeah, Mike, I'm looking at the same propagation map as you are. There is absolutely no propagation over me at all. And like I said, when I look at the board,
Well, there you go. That's it. 5 watts from America to Cape Town, South Africa. There's the shack. Just a quick scan round and back to Don.
and he gave me a 5x4, and then I told him I was QRP, and he's looking at the log and getting QRP to Antarctica. So that's even further than I think. But this is great, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I really can't. It's unbelievable. And like, we're currently at 30 over the last transmission, like 8 years scatter. That has one opportunity to pick it up. We've got everyone RJQ, WACU at 5 watts. Good morning again, Peter.
There you go. That is our Don Bush, Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa uniform. How about that? Did I surprise you just a little bit, Don? I was so thrilled to find that video last night and so excited to share it today that I made sure no matter what, we were going to do this show today. It didn't matter. We were going to find a way to do this show for you because that is absolutely fantastic what you did. All right, let's take a look at some numbers. Okay. If you want to get an idea as to just how far that is from where Don is to where Cape Town, South Africa is, right? Let's take a look at the map. Here is the map between where Don is located and Cape Town, South Africa, all right? Now, for people in Europe, right? You guys have already, you guys figured out. You guys do great work there. And, Africa is south of you. It's kind of like here in the U.S. where we can work, we can work South America or we can work the South Pacific, right? So it's kind of one of those things. But for us, this is a gigantic call. It is. Even at 100 watts, this is a fantastic call. Now, to give you some perspective, at 1 watt, he was making contact. And I checked from his QTH just to Cape Town. I don't know what part of Cape Town he's in, but the amount of mileage this call was at 1 watt, you ready? 7,918 miles. That is flipping amazing. That's a call right there at 1 watt and then making it back and forth. Now, I will share this, and I do mean this. Gray line helps. If it's at one place, it will help. Even if it's not where you are. Gray line somewhere else helps. That's why you might be all of a sudden here in Europe in the late afternoon in the US, right? On 20. It's because it's gray line there, and they're coming in because it's gray line. It's fantastic. But man, to do it at 1 watt, that's just phenomenal. Congratulations to Don Bush. Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa uniform from the channel. Don, you could teach a lot of folks about QRP, and I know the antenna is the main thing. If anyone has a question that would like to run low power and have a fantastic radiating antenna, there's your source, Don Bush, Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa uniform. Congratulations, Don. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right, we're going to take a look before we go. I want to show you 20 meters last night. This is 20. 20 was literally on fire. I'm going to let you hear it. Signal by signal by signal. And why you should be working 20 meters tonight. Check this out.
One Balin showing over. This is
right? Yeah, okay, you're about 4x5. My name Rick, R-I-C-K, go ahead. But, yeah, fortunately, it wasn't the end of the world. I bought another lens just like it. I was very happy with the lens, so when we got home, I just...
Regulation. I'm not 100% sure the reason why they've limited it to 400 watts. BK have definitely had like a 1 kilowatt trial, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago that had selected avenues within fixes.
Enjoying life here in retirement. My wife and I fully employed. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure, Bernie. 73 OE3 KDC W60PO. 73. I'm looking for the could be a Kingo 60 or GA3 AKP. Over. Canada, America, Mexico. Thank you for your call. Good evening. Good evening or good afternoon. I'm not sure. Good morning from Spain. I hear you 59. Security X, calling Security X. Echo Alpha 3, Bravo, Ocean X-ray, calling Security X. CI3BOX, Echo Alpha 3, Bravo, Ocean X-ray, calling Security X, and standing by. Radio, it's a radio that are really keen on doing the radio. Not too many bells and whistles. It's not that you can really adjust, colors on the pen adapter. Yes, there are 2 or 3 options that allows you to change fill-in colors, but other than that, it's very, very...
I think temperature today is going to reach about 22 degrees centigrade,
so not too hot, but just about right, Willie. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, that's very nice. That's very nice, my friend. Yeah, good propagation. Anyway, thank you very much, Jane, for the short contact. Enjoy talking to you, my friend. Have a good day, and hope to catch you soon again. Enjoy propagation. Mike 0, Zulu November Kilo. November 6, Oscar Kilo Uniform, 73.
Keep in mind, I'm just scanning through signal by finger here.
Over. Okay, very good. Well, I'm not using a vertical lead. The station I'm running a vertical. I'm using a 2-element lobster, which is kind of a wire beam up around 40 feet. And I'm operating from my RV, though. You're peaking 15 over 9.
And because Larry's fat thumb hit the wrong button, we were on CW for a second. Sorry.
Have a nice day today. K16 is clear. 73. Thank you very much. Mike Oscar, November 11. We're a few miles north of the city of Belfast. 400 watts of a head speed here, over. What's that? X-ray, 5-1, Delta X-ray, what's up? 5-1, Delta X-ray, 5-1, Delta X-ray, what's up? Mexico Water Cooperative Tuesday.
Greetings from the Canadian Rockies and the Olympic city of Calgary. Victor Echo 6 Charlie. Morning, and listen, you got to get yourself a very strong cup of coffee. You got to get yourself a very strong cup of coffee. It's too early your time. Go ahead.
So there you go. That's Russia. That's Ireland. That's Great Britain. That's Spain. That's Germany. All right. You've also got Victor Kilo. So you've got some Australians in there. I mean, folks, look, the bands right now on 20 meters from just before sunset until just before midnight are incredible. Turn your radio on tonight. The K level's a little high, so the noise is going to be a little higher than last night, but the signals will be there, and they will astound you. I think the best DX I've heard personally in the last 2 years is right now on 20 meters. Catch it before the wave crashes, all right? 20 meters tonight, wherever you live, your QTH before sunset and up until midnight will blow you away at the DX you will get from around the world. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you being part of the show. No, it's not huge. We're just trying to throw it on a laptop. So the big show will be done on the big computer shortly. We're working on it as I get time, but we're trying. Folks, if you would like to get an amateur radio, that's the whole passion of this channel. To make calls like you just heard from all over the world, you can do that from your home on an antenna that you build, on a radio that you select, on feed line that you set up. All of it, your creation. Contact any one of the local radio groups I've told you about. They're all national. One of them is here on the screen, the American Radio Relay League. Find them online at www.arl.org. And what they'll do is they'll find a local club, a local radio club that's near you that you can contact, and then maybe go to one of their meetings, find out about what's going on in their club, and perhaps get to tag along with someone in the club to find out what ham radio is all about, and maybe even get to use their transceiver to see if it's for you. That's what they do. That's how we help you get into ham radio. Fulfill that dream, because right now the sunspots are coming and the conditions are only getting better. Thank you for watching Ham Radio Live 237, everybody. Until tomorrow, at right around 21 UTC, my name is Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. The whole purpose of the channel is to help people get licensed and into ham radio. God bless you all from Oregon. And until tomorrow, goodbye, everybody.
Well, now to see how we go to score with the weather. Tonight, rain will die out, except in northern Scotland, with temperatures falling to 5 Celsius. That's 41 Fahrenheit in the Scottish Glens. Tomorrow, there may be a little sunshine in the south and east, but most places will have a good deal of cloud with some showery outbreaks of rain. Tomorrow's temperatures, another cool day, especially in the wetter parts of the north. And that is the weather.
When she got back, there was a smell of smoke.
Where's Mummy gone? To the fish and chip shop, of course.
When she opened the door, there were flames.
Here, Mum said you wasn't to touch that. It's all right.
Whatever you've taught them, you can't be sure they'll play safe.
I want to do it. Give it here.
Don't leave children alone in the house, even for a short time.
Mum! 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 Mum!
That was a public information service. Well, with the time rapidly approaching 12 minutes past midnight, that's where we come to the end of Wednesday evening's programmes here on BBC One. If you'd like a little more company, on Radio 1 right now you'll find Whispering Bob Harris. And if you turn to Radio 2, Peter Clayton presents Jazz Parade. But from all of us here at BBC One Television in London, on behalf of all of my colleagues, this is Andy Taylor, wishing you a very good night. Good night.
And thanks to my mate Stephen Austin in VK land, in UK, my buddy Scruffy, Victor Kilo 5, Sierra Charlie Radio. Scruffy, have a great day. God bless you, man. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. And that's nothing but pure and simple old-fashioned communism.